Hey, look! It's my old toys! Alright, what is up, my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We got post-ban standard, trying out new stuff. We got a Jim D original here, and trying out a lot of the blue and black cards. I think are very, very good in the format right now. Dimir wasn't really a thing in the previous format because, of course, Fable the Mirror Breaker meant you had to play red, and Bankbuster meant that you were pretty easily acquiring card advantage. But with those cards gone now, we're looking for new answers and new solutions. And I think that both blue and black have a lot of the answers the format needs. So black, of course, has the removal spells. Cut down, go for the throat. You know, the best removal spells in the format that can kill creatures, good against creature decks, and so on and so forth. And then also Sheoldred, which is really, really good there as well. Whereas the blue cards have the counter spells. Make Disappear, Spell Pierce, the cards that are good stopping Atraxa, and the ramp decks and control decks, stuff like that. So you mix them together, and you can, in theory, handle anything, right? We can counter the big spells, the planeswalkers, and the ramp threats, and the black removal spells can kill the creature decks like soldiers and mono red and so on and so forth. So the art base here is pretty cool as well. Underdog, kind of a forgotten card, still League 1 standard, is a very, very solid 2-drop, and Razorlash give you a bunch of 2-drops that are good, great, and good in the graveyard. We're playing Ledger Shredder. A card that is obviously busted in every other format. Doesn't see a ton of play in standard because there aren't that many 1-mana spells to play. Well, we're playing 10 of them. Consider Spell Pierce, Cut Down, and Duress. We got Faerie Mastermind here, a card that I think is just awesome. Really, really good card. Extra threat. Can draw cards, steal draws, super great. Trespasser, Fleshgorger, and Sheoldred for a little more of the mid-range stuff. And then a card that I think is perhaps most improved post-Invoke Despair ban into Teferi, Temporal, Pilgrim. Really good Planeswalker in a mid-range deck. Makes threats, draws cards, hard to deal with, and super awesome. And that's the deck, honestly. Just kind of like a mid-range deck with a bit of a flash theme and counterspell theme. A lot of interaction and a lot of flexibility in the board. Against creature decks, you bring cards like Glistening Deluge, Cut Down, and Sheoldred's Edict, and deal with them that way. And then against the controlling decks and the ramp decks, so on and so forth, we've got Malevolent Hermit, we've got Disdainful Stroke, extra Duresses, and then Kaito Shizuki. Card is really, really good against all of the mono white decks. The decks playing farewell and stuff like that too. So deck's been really, really good for me so far. We're going to try and keep that train going and see how it rolls. But first, we've heard from our sponsor at CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, on the play. We have Duress, Shredder, Fleshgorger. We're going to keep this. There's like kind of an impetus to want to hold the Duress for Shredder, but we're just going to go 1, 2, 3 here, I think. So pretty good. Duress into 2-drop into 3-drop. Duress, you can see a hand of Kamano, Play with Fire, Raiju, Bloodthirsty Adversary. So pretty good hand for our opponent. Thankfully, our hand lines up pretty well here. Nothing to Play with Fire. The Raiju is a little scary with only 2 lands. So let's take Kamano here. We have a pretty pain-free mana base and a Fleshgorger too. This is mono red. This is mono red. And they are really thinking here, deciding if they want to play the Kamano or not, which is very, very strange. They have Kamano into 2-drop, so not sure what they're thinking about there. Draw another Duress. I don't think that's going to really play for us. Play Shredder and say go. We can use Duress to double spell at some point with the Shredder, which is kind of cool. We have Fleshgorger next turn, which is also cool. Here's the Adversary. Gets the extra counter and attacks for 3, which is pretty good. And that we draw Make Disappear. Okay. So we're gonna Fleshgorger here. Just attack for. Want to keep Fleshgorger safe, so this will not block the 2/2. I could block the 2/2 with this Shredder, and they could trade for the Play with Fire and the Kamano. Which I wouldn't trade, actually. Just trade with the Play with Fire. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play this as a thing, just attack. Let's take a hit next turn. We're getting some life back. We have Make Spear for the Raiju, which is good. No lightning strike, please. Swift Spear. Oh my god. Alright, so if I were to block the Swift Spear here, they would just play with fire the Fleshgorger. They would take 3 damage. And then we would gain 3 and trade with the Swift Spear. So we trade Fleshgorger for Swift Spear and play with fire. And then we get it for 5. It's not great, honestly. We kind of want this to attack with, but 6 damage is a lot here. I think we gotta just block, honestly. I think I want to block with the etchings, actually, not the Swift Spear. It's more damage on later turns, so... Yeah, let's do... I guess I could Duress the play with fire out, so they can't do this next turn. So take 6, attack back, gain 3. Have Shredder on defense. Maybe Duress and draw a spell next turn. It's a tough call. We want the repetitive life gain. We also don't want to die. I'm gonna take it. Play fire sure. They're gonna shred, which is pretty awesome for us actually. I think I'm just gonna ditch the Duress. And grow a Shredder. So we take a hit. They bottom. We go down to 7. Another Shredder. It's pretty cool. So we attack for 3. And gain some life. And now we're going to go River, Shredder, go, and make the Spear up. So 2 good blockers in play. They play the 3rd land, and they play a Feldon. I mean, I kind of want to save this Make Disappear for the Raiju. I think I have to do that, I guess. Excuse me. Yeah, this is fun. Just gonna jam. Okay, sure. So block here. I don't want to block this. I guess I want to kill the Feldon, actually. I've already played a land this turn, so... We take 4 Feldon triggers. He goes land. We draw a cut down. I'll let lands for next turn, too. I always mix up these exile effects. They're always like, till end of turn, end of your next turn, yada, yada, yada. We draw a cut down, which is actually pretty sweet. Because we can cut down and make Spirit the same turn. And you can trigger these on their turns. So stack with this. We'll say go. And I assume they should go land Raiju. Yeah, so we get the Raiju. We get to make disappear the Raiju. And will they attack? No. That made me cut down the etchings. Shred. Discarding consider. Nice. Alright. I like our choice to keep the Fleshgorger alive. I think that worked out very, very well for us. So, going into game 2, we're going to want some cutdowns and some edicts. And what do we cut in here? Spell Pierce is kind of a sketchy. The Duresses aren't great either, but at least they're cheap. Make Disappear is also not great. Two Edict, 3 go for the throat, 4 cut downs, pretty good. Obviously, Sheoldred, Trespasser are both great. Teferi's not really very good here, honestly. Yeah, I don't mind keeping a few Duresses. I guess Razorlash is pretty awful. Maybe the Hermit's in. Let me cut the Teferis. So a couple Duresses. Shredder's obviously great here, so as is Trespasser and Sheoldred. I think it's fun. We're like a little light on cards for them, but I think a lot of our cards line up well anyway, so. Could definitely play like a 3rd Sheoldred in the board if we really want to short things like this up, but. Alright, so opponent mulligans instantly. Our hand is not great, but I think it's passable. Old Swifty. In for 1. Let me draw a land. Alright. Mishra's Foundry. So Spear number 2. Okay. Just a light attack for 2 here. Consider bin a land. Draw a Shredder. I do love Shredder, but I mean, Mastermind ain't blocking very well here either. But Shredder isn't blocking either, so It's hard to double spell next time. Let's just say go. Try and find a spot where I can Shredder and then play a spell immediately and get that first Connive on. Try and get it up to a 2/4. It makes it very hard to kill. Phoenix Chick? Sure. Come on up. Please. Alright. I just Faerie Mastermind, trade off with the check here. You can go for the throat one of these next turn. Pretty awkward, honestly. Obviously, it can come back with 3 attackers, but we can try and avoid that. We draw Malevolent Hermit. Which is not great. Just gonna say go. We'll just go for the throat, the Swift Spear, I guess. Or whatever they play, I suppose. Fire up the Foundry. Alright. Alright, I guess we gotta... This is pretty crappy, but sure. Backside of this also makes the Hermit a little awkward. Double Foundry, we draw Edict. We could just Shredder Edict here, honestly. That's not too bad. Make a 2/4 blocks this thing. Kind of like that, actually. Could discard the Hermit, too, if looking for some value. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Shred. Make disappear. Let me just dump that, actually. Getting up to a 2/4 is pretty important. Alright, I mean... They've got some big draws here. A Raiju would be pretty gross. Firing up the Foundry and coming in. Alright, we're blocking. We'll take a 2-for-1 here. No? Just a mad aggressive pump on the Foundry. Alright. Well, we've drawn another another land, so we're pretty flooded here. Definitely need to draw a spell or two. Mishra's Foundry with the pumps. The old pumperonis. Land 6 and play a Feldon. Sure. That's pretty easy blocks. We get our Hermit back on the backside. Hopefully we draw a spell too that can double spell for Shredder too. They reveal top 2. They reveal a Play with Fire and an Adversary. But they have colorless. They mistapped, didn't they? Yeah. They definitely mistapped. They could have cast Play with Fire. I'm sure they have Adversary to play us. Cast the flashback. There's no cards to flashback then. Alright, so let's play Hermit. And Mastermind. Shred ourselves away an Underground River. And awkward hand here. Attack for 2, I think. Opponent's gonna draw. They can play Adversary and kick it for a 3/3. I guess I got double block then, so maybe I should stay home here. No spells to flashback. Here's the Adversary. Yeah, I should let Shredder back. That was bad. I'm a trading 2-for-1. We gotta do it, but it's kind of gross. Alright, draw a spell, please. That is a spell. I guess we say go, because they have a haster into this thing. I just have to attack, I think. I just can't sit here forever having to attack, so. Just want to draw a Fleshgorger or a Sheoldred. Fleshgorger we can cast for 7, which is pretty cool. Have a little top end in our deck, too. They're going to barrage the Shredder. That's gross. Alright, well. Fortunately, returning the Underdog is not really in the equation here. Takenuma. Filling over Shredder, Trespasser. Alright, so we're going to get back the Trespasser here and start working on that angle. It's pretty cool, actually. Trespasser's going to eat the Phoenix Chick. Now we're gaining 1 life a turn. So that's a bit of a bonus for us. This is Mono Red. 2 cards in hand. What's it going to be, friend? I want to remind you, of course, there's a companion article to this video on CoolStuffInc.com. Check that one out. Do a written article Friday and a video article every Monday. It's a lot of fun. Check that out. Also, to remind you all that it's important to like the videos, like, subscribe, support the content. If you like seeing content here on CoolStuffInc.com from me, CGB, One Game, other great content creators, support it. Hit the like button every time. Helps out a ton. Moving to combat. Here we go. And now we're starting to get that ball rolling, which is great. Now we're at 8. All right. Make Us Appear is very live here. Thundering Raiju and friends can counter that. Pretty cool. Being Knight is huge too. What are they? What's going on over there? Are they just like... Is their hand just like barrage, something or other? We draw another land. Jeez. Can I afford to underdog here? I feel like I can, honestly. This puts them to 4, 5, 6, 7. It's actually 9, just lethal. Better go for it. Alright, Adversary and Felden. I hope their hand is barrage. Alright, we'll take it. Somewhat anticlimactic ending to a somewhat tense match, but we'll take a W. Alright, on the play. Ugh. Oh, man, his hand's close. We have 1 land. It's the best land, though. With a Duress and a Consider and a Shredder. So if we draw a land, his hand's insane. And we have Consider looking for a land next turn. I think I'm going to keep. Just going to keep in turn 1. Is it Duress or Consider? I think it's Duress. I'm going to keep. So we're going to Duress because Consider. We all hold Consider for Shredder if possible. We draw a land, it's the highest upside. We see we're playing against a ramp deck with a Briefcase, a 7-drop, a 7-drop, a Stomper, and an Archangel of Wrath and 2 lands. So, hand's pretty clunky. Makes Spear looking pretty good. Need to draw some lands, though. Tap land, and we draw a land. Easy game. God, it's so easy. Play Shredder, so go. Draw Spell Pierce. Alright, we need to consider Otawara. Double Island is pretty awkward, but we kind of just need the land, I think. So, alright, play a land, attack for 1. They play a Stomper. I'm going to make a Spirit. Make Yo disappear. Obviously, we draw Fleshgorger after keeping double blue. Why wouldn't we, of course? Let's say play Trespasser. And eat Stomper and attack. They should have no play this turn, hopefully. Again, 2 7-drops. An Archangel that's uncastable. Still can't cast stuff as a Mastermind, too. Alright, yeah, they were in pretty good here. Alright, so we get to attack. Glutton's going to eat... I guess it's the Briefcase. If they draw a white for the Angel, I guess I can't kill anything, and I have Go for the Throat, so... Man, look at that. So they have 5 land, but they still can't cast anything. Alright. Play Mastermind. 2-turn clock now. Draw Swamp. I think we're just good to go here. We're just gonna play Fleshgorger with Spell Pierce up. And I find it very, very hard to believe that they can come back here, because we can counter any Wrath. Yeah, let's do it. Fleshgorger and Spell Pierce. It's kind of what we were built to beat, is these ramp decks with our counter spells and Duresses and stuff, so. Double Forest, double Mountain, Topiary Stomper. I suppose that can resolve, but we obviously have everything here, so kill ya, kill ya, kill ya, kill ya. Cool, we'll take that. So rampy stuff, bringing Stroke, Hermit, Duress, Kaito, lots of cards. Taking all the cut downs. Do I want all 4 Duresses? I'm taking the Teferis. Honestly, Sheoldred's pretty bad against them too. Just want to go super lean. And then 4 Duress, like... A lot of their big threats are creatures. The Menace Fleshgorger is not bad. Whereas Trespasser might run into a 4/4. Hermit. Razorlash. Funny, Razorlash actually isn't even that good against them, but I think you just want the 2-drop, so... Spellpierce, consider... always go for the throats aren't really necessary. Cut at least one of those. Maybe cut a Gorger. You'll cut a land. So cut a Gorger, cut a land. Sorry, leaving the Gorger and cut a land. So now once again we're on the draw. We're super lean. We've cut so much of our top end. I kind of like this. Super, super lean. Kaito's really good here too. Big fan of Kaito here. Duress. I'm pretty sure Duress is right. It's definitely a card you want to hit. Obviously hitting their Sunfalls and their ramp spells and stuff is kind of cool. But alright, consider Shredder Trespasser. Decent hand. Just gonna fire up turn one consider, I think. Opponent's in the tank. So, yeah, we'll consider on one here. A little flooded now. 5th land is definitely a little too much, but... Like, consider. Consider into consider. I think it's actually fine. For Shredder, late... just bin it. Whatever. It's like casting it for free, right? Another land. And then another land. Alright, we're in trouble. We bored out a land, and now you've drawn 7 lands. That's not good. They got the old Stomper here for the good Stomper draw. Nope, ossification, that's fun. We draw another land, sure. Getting comical here. It's a real comedy. Just your average 5-land hand. I think we're in trouble. Ossification again, and just gonna discard a card, sure. Give me a Stone Rain, right? Jeez. Destroy target land. So they're gonna discard something and probably play a tap land. Discarding a Tyrannix Rex. Sure. Going the uncounterable route. You draw and make Spear. Well, yeah, we're screwed. 8 lands on turn 4 is not going to be a winning combination with this deck, so, or most decks for that matter. Action scene, man. The action scene. Action. 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 Come on, opponent. Mirrex. Go. Talk. This is ridiculous. Alright, at least the land does something. Let's say go. We have no creatures in the graveyard. Just gonna fire off a naked Takenuma. Double Mirrex. Man, their mana base is something. Alright. Here's Takenuma. Milling over. Consider Kaito and Spellpierce. We've drawn a spell. How do you like them apples? Make a ninja.
Hope you're ready for some mind games.
Say go.
I got someone on the inside.
Yeah, Mirrex token here. Get a ley line binding. That's fun. They only have 2 cards left, but I mean, like, we just have literally nothing, so.
That's some serious counter
Alright. Land 7. Attack for 1. We're definitely dying to Mirrex tokens this game. This is really embarrassing. Ah! Fellow Chucker, eh? Three and 1. Hey, 2 more lands to activate both Mirrexes, so. Play land number 8. Play Atraxa, get off my plane. So that last card better not be an Atraxa or an Atali. Alright, we're getting poisoned. We draw a Ledger Shredder, which obviously holds this board pretty well. No Atraxa, no Atali. No Atraxa, no Atali. Land. Activate. They now have double Mirrex activations. Kind of annoying, but... Will they attack? They're going to attack. They're moving in. Going for the Mirrex kill. Nothing? Wow. This is an embarrassing game. This is a really embarrassing. On all fronts, this game is just the most embarrassing. They make 2 tokens. I block 1. I almost think I need to, like, leave this ninja back and just, like, trade up on tokens. They attack with 2 more. I go to 6. And they're just, like, gaining more and more and more. Yeah, sure. This is a really, really ugly game. Drawn 10 lands. Our opponent is very much better, I guess, right? Like... Invasion of Zendikar. Sure. Get some lands. Prepare for battle. How did that T-Rex get in their bin? Shredder. Oh, the ward. Right, okay. Alright, now I got some more lands. But can they afford to keep attacking? Is the question. They don't. Don't double Mirrex this turn. Attacking me. And I get to shred? Sick. Just draw another land. Alright, sure. Okay, whatever. Pretty unbelievable, but sure. Graveyard Trespasser. Alright. I mean, it's not the worst, I guess. They go to 12. I trespass, eat Atraxa. I have a blocker, and they have 3 tokens. 2, 4, 6. Is there a reason to play 2, 4, 6, 8, 9? Let's play one of these. Might draw like a Fleshgorger or something like that. Alright, so here's a Mirrex. They are dead on board. So they need to draw a spell here that matters or they just lose. Because we have 4 tokens to kill them. And they have 6 poison. So this spell must affect the board or they lose. Hopefully it's Topiary Stomper. You just kill it. Alright, we're at 8 poison. Alright. The problem is if it's a removal spell, then we lose. They're going to have 4 tokens, so... Spell Pierce. Oh, God. Alright. Four, 8, 9. 9, that's not enough. That game was preposterous. I'm sorry. That was just a preposterous game of Magic. Just embarrassing on all fronts for everyone involved. Alright, on the draw, kind of an awkward hand. We have the double Marsh, Duress, 2-drop hand. So I think we're going to just hold the Duress. We're going to keep. See what we draw. They're going to play Marsh also. Yeah, we're just going to go tap land into our 3-drops, I think. We go River and Duress, we can't have no 2-drops, so... Darkslick Shores, go. Alright. Just play Underdog. Don't want to leave a make Spirit till we have an actual threat in play, so... Obviously don't mind if this gets killed or countered or anything, so... I think worst case here would be cut down in Trespasser, that would be the worst, but... You know, what am I going to do? The Celestis. We have an actual control deck here, sure. Here's Faerie Mastermind. They are somewhat threatening a Planeswalker next turn, but I think Trespasser is still pretty nice. Could Duress them, and then Mastermind end step, and then make Spear. But I just wanted to get a threat in play first, I think, so... Play Trespasser. Eat a cut down. Say go. And ouch.
A fight? And you think you can win?
That's tough. We draw. Don't draw land either. That's killer. Obviously, if we get Underdog here, it'd be super awesome. But alright, let's Duress them. See a hand of Make us appear to Teferi and Kaito. Damn. Let's take the Kaito. Liliana does not play very well at Make Spear. It's been a classic conundrum for a long time. Take the Kaito. Now we'll just say go. Discard. We'll Faerie Mastermind them. They'll plus and we'll discard. Should I cast a Fairy Art? Sure. Counter this. Get off my plane, such and such. And now we're going to discard a Mastermind, I think. I just want to draw a land, Underdog this thing. That's not a land. Come on, man. Alright, so I can't play a Sorcerer Speed threat because I'll just Edict it. But they have Faerie Master. They have a counterspell also. Play Fleshgorger. I guess this will trade here. I mean, honestly, we're way ahead on cards. Just guess this, whatever. They want to sack the Liliana to kill it, so be it. We're way ahead on cards here, so... Sure, I guess. Gotta plus the Lily and lose the last card, too. Sure. Goodbye, go for the throat. Still can't draw a land to kill a Liliana. Would be insanely good. Every turn would have been awesome. Alright, so we're gonna Mastermind here, take an extra draw, I think. Because they're gonna trigger this and draw. I guess it's a you may draw. Draws the second card each turn, you draw a card. Yeah, so we're gonna cast this. They can Edict it with the Liliana, I think that's fine. They're gonna decline to draw, sure. So no Celestis loot. Play a land. Sack creature.
Haven't you ever heard of
Still can't draw land. This is unbelievable. Alright, sure. I guess we're going to lose. I mean, we've had about 5 turns now where if we just drew the 4th land, our Underdog kills Liliana, draws a card, and we're so far ahead. But...
I'm tired of your secrets.
Alright, so... There you go. Now we draw a land. Let's Underdog. Threaten Liliana. They'll probably chump block. Draw a card with Underdog. Alright. Now we have to Teferi live, too. Oh, they drew a counterspell, and they're not sure if they should plus or hold it. Yeah, so they drew a counterspell, pretty obvious. Okay, let's Underdog again. Be an exiling a rule spell, I guess, too. Just like go for the throat. Sure. Draw another card. Play Marsh. We are way ahead on resources here. Sure, I guess. Oh, we were way ahead on resources. And they ripped 6 mana Planeswalker. So there's a Samurai. Unfortunately, the Wanderer is exceptionally good against Teferi also. That was so gross. Alright, sure. Now he gets to just like cut down Underdog, I guess. It's ridiculous. So we should have beat this Eternal Wanderer now.
Delay, nothing more.
Alright, so next turn Sheoldred plus Underdog. That's pretty sick rip. This game's gone rather poorly for us. There's Sheoldred. Here's Underdog. So I played around Make Disappear. They had an Edict, so we got punished. So this game has got about as bad as possible on every possible street, where I think we've made the right choices. I'm pretty confident with our entire game, honestly, and we've been punished basically every turn. So I guess we'll go to game 2 here, I guess. Kind of a frustrating game, but that's Magic for you. And we draw another Sheoldred. Sure. The game will go on. Alright, we're going to play... Some other rivers, there you go. Get to Teferi, draw a card next turn, keep a Sheoldred going. Are you serious? Oh, God, whatever. Alright, sure. Fine. Alright, we'll go to the next game. Alright, take it easy. Alright, take it easy.
Those who get in my way.
Sometimes the game doesn't go your way. So, we're going to bring Kaito, Edict, Duress, Hermit, Stroke. Cut all the cut downs. Cut all the go for the throats. Honestly, Sheoldred isn't great here. Consider Spell Pierce, Duress. A lot of cards I got. Fleshgorger's not great either. Cut the Fleshgorger. I just cut Sheoldred too. They just die all their move spells. Maybe to cut one more curve. I cut a land, honestly. Just cut a land on my draw. We're lowering our curve a lot here. Hermit, Razorlash, Edict. Trespasser's pretty good. Planeswalkers are pretty great. Spell Pierce is pretty great. Duress is great. Let's cut a land. Let's cut a swamp. We lowered our curve a lot. We have 4 considers. I think it's fine. Yeah, pretty tough game. Pretty tough game. Alright, on the play. Alright, so mulligan. You know, sometimes you can't win them all, folks. Alright, we have a 1-lander consider, but it's tap land. Alright, we got mulligan 5. Alright, well, some matches just ain't it. I guess we're going to keep this and just lose. So, let's get rid of Make Disappear and... I don't know. Underdog, I guess. It's tough. It's tough. Maybe we didn't draw that. Alright, well. The thing about Magic is that not every match is winnable, unfortunately. It's okay. You know. Didn't sign up to play chess, signed up to play a card game. Yeah. And, we got a knight here. If we draw a land and go Shredder Duress and discard a Razorlash for value, and maybe there's a path, but probably not. Didn't draw land. Alright. Yeah. I'll play on. That's enough.
Try to best.
Can't win every game, folks. Just how it is sometimes. All right, so pretty good showing there. So far, I think I'm 4-1 with this deck, or 5-1 with this deck since building it. And the deck's been pretty good so far, honestly. It's got a lot of the good elements of kind of the mid-rangey cards, and Trespasser, obviously the good black cards. The ability to be also nimble. The counter spells are really, really good, obviously. Teferi's been pretty great. And I just love it. It also just kind of plays more like a Pioneer or a Modern deck with Shredder and a bunch of cheap spells, a lot of options in the early turns. Not just like, play your 2-drop on 2, your 3-drop on 3, your 4-drop on 4, your 5-drop on 5, So deck's pretty sweet. And also very flexible, too. You can do a lot with the sideboard and the main deck to tailor it for different matchups and stuff, too, which is pretty cool. So deck's really fun. If you like tempo-y decks, it's definitely a good deck to try out, and it's been very, very good so far. And I hope you enjoy it. So I'm Jim Davis at CoolStuffInc.com. As always, you can use promo code JIM5, 5% off your order on CoolStuffInc.com. You get my Goblin token, which is super sweet also. And then I got my new Goblin token coming with the new Lord of the Rings set, too, which is really, really cool. And yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you next week, folks. Have a good one. Peace.